Hi everyone, I'm Zoe. Thank you for joining me today. This is going to be a Hatha style yoga class. So grab your chair, 2 blocks or books, and a blanket or a cushion, and let's get started. Once you're ready, you can join me in a tall seat. So step your feet underneath your knees, let your hands come down on tops of your legs. Inhale as you reach the crown of your head up towards the sky. Exhale, let your seat get heavy, let your shoulders slide down your back. Inhale again, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, come down into your seat. And one more time. You feel yourself floating up like a balloon towards the sky. And then as you exhale, feel yourself sinking down heavy into the chair. You can let your eyes come closed or your gaze can soften. I invite you to bring to mind just the concept of gratitude. Just notice what comes up when I say the word gratitude or you think gratitude, thankfulness. What comes up for you? Notice any thoughts that start to come to mind, or maybe emotions. Maybe you have some physical sensations that you can become aware of. Gratitude is a hugely powerful force in our life. And it can also be, because of that, kind of complicated. Maybe it comes in unexpected times, and unexpected places. Maybe you're diligent about finding gratitude in a regular, intentional way. Maybe you feel overflowing with thankfulness, with gratitude, moved emotionally by that emotion, or moved by that feeling. Or maybe it makes just a tiny little blip on your radar. Whatever your experience, just become aware of your attitude towards gratitude, maybe of your beliefs, and sensations that accompany that idea. Without judgment or needing to change anything, just notice. And when you're ready, you can inhale, reach your fingers up overhead, maybe look up. Then exhale, let your right arm come down. Maybe it finds your leg, the arm of your chair. Maybe slides down your chair leg. Find a block under your fingertips. And then start to tilt down towards the ground on the right. Reach your left fingertips over your ear. Then point down towards the ground. Inhale, get long and broad between your shoulders. Open your chest up to the side of the room. And then as you exhale, just let yourself tip a little bit more. One more inhale here as you reach. Feel your ribs, your rib cage expanding up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, really get long from your hip to your fingers. Good. And your next inhale, press down to lift up. Come back up to the middle. And then as you exhale, come down to the other side. So find a place for your bottom arm on this side, then reach your right fingertips over your ear. Inhale, spin your chest open towards the front of the room. Exhale as you tip down towards the ground. Make sure you leave your right sit bones behind. If they're coming up or peeling up, just press yourself maybe down with your hand down with your foot until your right leg comes back down to the chair. One more inhale here as you reach. One more exhale as you tip. And then press down, lift up, come all the way back up towards middle. And then as you exhale, land your hands back down. Good. Okay, inhale here, reach up. As you exhale, spin your belly button over to point towards your left knee. Let your arms come down to your legs from the side of the chair, maybe the middle of the chair. And just gently twist over, look over towards the left side of the room. Maybe you look behind you. Inhale to get long and tall through your spine. Exhale to just let yourself gently twist to open. One more inhale here. One more exhale. And then on your next inhale, come back up, twist through the middle and over to the other side. Just let your arms come down. Maybe this time you look out over towards the right side of the room or over your right shoulder. Inhale, get long through your center axis. Exhale, twist your body around that center point, like a wheel, like a tire on an axle. One more inhale, grow tall. One more exhale, twist over. And then inhale, spin back towards middle. You can let your arms come down. Great. I'm going to spin this way. Okay. You can let your hands come back down to your legs. And then inhale, get tall up to the crown of your head. Exhale, engage your core muscles. Maybe you can pull your belly button in or press it out. Engage your core a little bit. Turn it on. And then your next inhale, start to lean forward. Let your belly come down towards your legs. Untuck your tailbone. Let it point towards the back of the chair. And then lift your chin up towards the sky. Take a breath in. And then exhale, press the back of your heart towards the back of the chair. Tuck your tailbone under. Maybe your chin comes down towards your chest. Inhale. Rock forward. Let your belly come down. Get broad across your shoulders. Look up. Cow pose. And then exhale, press everything towards the back of the chair. Tuck your tailbone under. Look down. Maybe at your chest. And then take a few more rounds at your own pace. If you're able to notice when your breath moves in and when your breath moves out, and just continue to breathe at a natural rhythm, your natural pace. See if you can sync up your movements to that rhythm. So if you notice your breath coming in, maybe you move forward into cow. You notice your breath going out. Move backwards into cat. Let's take one more round. And the next time you're in center, you can come back to a nice tall seat. And then from here, you can step your feet out a little bit wide. So your toes maybe point out from the corners of the chair. Inhale here, get tall. And exhale, start to hinge forward. You can bring a block down in between your hands. Maybe let your chest fall down in between your bent legs. Maybe your arms stay back up on your knees. Just find a little bit of a wide leg forward fold. Keep your spine long, the back of your neck long. Keep your nose points down to the ground. Take some long breaths here. And then lift your torso back up, come back up to a seat. Step your feet back in. And then maybe start to wake up your feet a little bit. So maybe bounce your heels. Maybe point and flex your toes up towards the sky. You can take a little rock of your legs in your hip sockets. Just find a little movement that feels good for you. Then you can step a block out in front of your left foot. And you can use your hands, inhale, pick your foot up, maybe stretch it out a little, and step your heel up on the block. You can be at any setting that's comfortable. Just make sure you keep a little bend in your knee, and then pull your toes up towards the sky. Here you get tall. Exhale, fold forward over your front leg. Your arms can stay up on your legs or come down to the floor or a block. Take a breath here. Keep energy up through your toes. And then exhale, press yourself back up. Use your hands to guide this leg up, and then cross your ankle over your bottom leg. You can slide this cross in towards your center. And then again, inhale as you get tall. Exhale, hinge from your hips. You can let your arms come down to the ground. And again, inhale to get long. Exhale, let your belly come down towards your legs. And then press down to lift up. You can uncross your legs, and we'll go to the other side. So you can step your block to that side. First, let's separate our feet out, 45-degree angle, and then hinge forward. Take another little wide leg forward fold. Notice if you can go 1 millimeter deeper this time. Notice if one leg feels different than the other. Take one more breath here. One more breath out. And then on your next inhale, pull your torso back up. Nice tall seat. You can step your feet back in and put a block out in front of your right leg this time. You can use your hands to lift your leg and then step your foot up onto the block. You can pull your toes up towards the sky. Keep a little bend in your knee. Inhale as you get tall, everything points up. And then exhale, fold over your front leg. And again, find a comfortable place for your arms, for your hands. Take just a couple breaths here. One more inhale, one more exhale, and then lift your torso back up. You can step this foot off and cross your ankles. We slide your ankles in towards your center line. Inhale here as you get tall. Exhale, fold forward over your crossed legs. Keep your spine, your neck long. Just hinge forward from your hips. Notice if this side feels different than the first side. Well, if there's any sticky spots, tight spots, resistant spots. See if we can breathe a little space, a little air down into those spots. And press down, come back up. You can uncross your legs. And then again, step them out wide, hinge forward, take a little fold, down in between. One more breath here, one more exhale, and then inhale, press down, come on up. Okay, inhale as you lift your left leg up off the ground. You can use your hands, and then really squeeze your leg in. Maybe you lift up to here or here. Just find a little place that's comfortable. Give your leg a little hug. You can wrap your arms underneath your upper leg if that's better, or around your shin. Maybe you hold onto your foot. You can point and flex your ankle, your foot. Maybe roll your ankle around in a circle. Give it a little squeeze. And then you can let this leg fall open. Maybe cross your ankles again. You can place a block under your foot and cross at your shins. Or you can lay this leg on your knee. So find another little cross of your legs, little figure 4 shape. This time let this knee sort of fall out wide to the side. Inhale here as you get tall. Exhale, you can take a little forward fold. Doesn't have to be far. And again, take long breaths all the way down into your legs, all the way down into your hips. If you're hunching or collapsing, just inhale, maybe pull your shoulders down your back. Keep your spine long, and just hinge maybe 1 millimeter from your hip joints. And then on your next inhale, you can come back up and then slide your knee across. So if you're cross at your shins, maybe you slide this foot back down to the ground. Just slide your cross a little bit more. Maybe you cross your knees. If your foot is uncomfortable dangling, you can place a block underneath. Inhale, get tall here. Exhale, twist your belly button over towards the left. You can let your arms come down. It's a little gentle twist. And then you can unravel, come back in towards middle, get tall, and then hinge from your hips over your little stack. Just take a couple breaths. And again, notice any sensations. Maybe breathe a little space, a little light into any sticky spots. And then on your next inhale, you can press yourself up and then keep your bend in your knee, but see if you can hug this foot in. So maybe increase the bend just as far as is comfortable. Maybe you hug this foot in a little bit tighter, a little bit more of a hug. You can take a little hinge here, or maybe you lean back a little bit. Just hug this foot in. Maybe your knees stack one on top of the other. Give it a little squeeze, and then gently guide this foot down to the ground. Good. You can extend your legs out long. You can find a block under your heel. Maybe point and flex your feet. Maybe you roll one ankle around and then the other. Maybe take a little steps, little marching steps. Just wiggle a little energy, a little fire down into your feet. Okay, when you're ready, we'll go to the other side. So inhale, pick up your right knee this time and hug it in towards your chest. Give it a little squeeze. Maybe that's comfy. A little loving squeeze. And then again, find your cross. Ankles, shins, maybe foot over the knee. And a little pigeon shape. A little figure 4. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, hinge forward from your hips. Keep your spine long, your neck long. Notice if this side feels any different. Maybe send a little space, a little air into any sticky spots on this side. One more breath here. And then come back up and slide this knee across. So your knees come into a stack. I'm going to spin over this way. Your knees come into a stack. You can place a block under your foot if that's comfy. And then inhale, get tall. Exhale, pivot your belly button over to the right this time. Let your arms come down. Take a little gentle twist. Maybe you gaze out toward the left side of the room, maybe behind you. And then you can unravel, come back in towards middle, and then hinge from your hips down over your knees. And your hands can stay up here, come down to blocks. Just take a little hinge. And again, send some long breaths down into your hips, down into your legs and feet. And on your next inhale, you can come back up and then squeeze this top foot in towards your glutes a little bit more. Maybe you just come in just a little bit, or maybe you just pick your foot up in your hands. Just give a little squeeze in. Maybe your knees stack on top of each other. And then you can let this leg go back down to the ground. You can take your forward fold, your wide leg forward fold. You can do a little marching. Maybe tap out your feet. Maybe point and flex one foot at a time, or roll around your ankles. Just whatever feels good for you. And then you can find a block and place it out in front of you. Step both feet up onto the block and then twist from your ankles so the soles of your feet come together. Find a little butterfly, a little Supta Baddha Konasana. And then inhale, get tall. Exhale, you can hinge forward. You can keep your knees as far in or as wide out as you like. Maybe your arms, your hands stay up on your legs or come down to the block. And just take a few breaths here. While we're here, I invite you to return to the idea of gratitude. The way it feels, what you think about. Maybe bring to mind a time in your life where you felt overwhelming gratitude, just completely moved by gratitude, thankfulness. Just bring that to mind. What thoughts come up? What feelings come over you? Maybe there are some physical sensations that come up. And just let that memory wash through your body. You don't have to try and hold on to it. Just let it come and go. But invite it in. A memory of overwhelming gratitude. And really feel into it. And then lift up, come back up. You can step your feet off of the block, back down onto the ground. And again, maybe you point and flex your feet. Maybe you take a little march. You can move your block out of the way, right? Okay, from here, you can use your hands to lift up your left leg and then extend your left foot out in front of you. Good, so like you're riding a bicycle. Take a little press of this foot, maybe little pulses. Maybe you find stillness, and then step this foot back down. Go to the other side, so lift your right leg up, and then press your foot out in front of you. Maybe take pulses on this side. Maybe lift a little higher, and then step this foot back down. One more time. You could do it with no hands, if you like. Just move from your core. If you're hunching or leaning backwards, again, just use your hands to guide you. Keep your spine nice and tall. And just kick this foot out to the front of the room. And then step this foot back down. Last time, other side. Press down through your left foot as you lift your right foot up. And then press your left foot out to the front of the room. Keep a bend in your knee. Maybe the little pulses on this side. Maybe you lift it a little bit higher. And then step that foot back down. Good. You can step your feet out wide. Take your wide leg forward fold. And then inhale, come on up. Okay, step your feet underneath you, back into your Tadasana shape. And then lift up your right leg. Hug your right knee in towards your chest, give it a little squeeze. And then lay your foot maybe along the top of your left leg. You can let this knee come out wide. Maybe support it with your hands. Maybe you can tuck this foot all the way into your hip crease. Maybe your foot comes on top of your leg. If you're here, maybe you find a block. Ooh. Maybe you find a block underneath your foot at this height. Just find a little half lotus shape on this side. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, pivot your belly button over to the right. Just maybe point at your right knee. Little gentle twist. And then come back in towards middle. And then hinge over your foot. Just a little gentle hinge. Great. Press down to lift up. And then you can gently guide this foot back in, give it one more little squeeze, and step it down to the ground. Just take your little march, point and flex, wiggle out your legs in any way that you like. And then when you're ready for the other side, you can lift up your left leg, give it a squeeze in towards your chest, and then lay this foot on your leg. Let your knee fall out wide. Maybe you cross at the shins. Maybe you tuck this foot all the way into your hip crease. And then just find a little knee support if that feels good. Inhale, get long. And then exhale, twist over to the left. One more breath here. And then unravel in towards center, reach up tall, and then hinge gently over your bent leg. Great. And again, breathe long breaths down into any pinches, any uncomfies. And if it's uncomfy and you need to slide out a little bit, slide it out. Or if it feels super comfy, maybe squeeze it in a little more. Take one more breath. And then on your next inhale, lift up. Gently step this foot back down onto the ground. And we can separate our feet wide, take our forward folds. And then you can step one block, maybe on either side of your legs. And then inhale, come on up. You can step your feet back into the middle. And then lift up your left leg, squeeze it in, and cross that foot over your right leg. Maybe you walk heel toe, your bottom leg out over to the left side of your chair and place a block down underneath your foot. Maybe your block comes in towards the center and your foot comes up on that. Find a little pretzel shape of your legs under the blocks, a little crisscross, applesauce if you will. Find a half lotus on this side. Again, it could look like so many things. And if you have room in your chair, maybe you can cross your legs all the way up on the chair and then reach through and pull your bottom foot up and through, if you have room here in the chair. Or again, find a little crisscross of your feet, your legs, your ankles. Find your lotus. And then settle in. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, find a nice tall seat. And then return to your feeling of gratitude. Maybe close your eyes. Turn to that sensation, emotion, memory. Notice what it feels like. And see if you can take some of that gratitude and send it to your physical self. See if you can send a little gratitude to your body. Maybe you send a huge thank you to your whole body, or maybe you find a particular place that could use a little thank you. Maybe you have an overflowing sort of sense of thankfulness that you can pour into your body, your body part. Or maybe you have a tiny blip of a thank you, a Hallmark card thank you. Maybe you send a little Hallmark thank you card to that place on your body. Let's take a moment to do this inside. And then when you're ready, you can gently step your feet down off your blocks, down off your chair. Step your feet out wide. Maybe let your legs roll in towards the center, out towards the side. Just take little rocks of your legs in your hip socket. And extend one foot out long. Maybe roll it around. Extend the other one. Give it a little windshield wiper. Point and flex your toes. And then we can go to the other side. So again, set your blocks maybe at opposite sides. And then this time, lift up your right leg. Maybe cross it on top of your left. Maybe you heel toe your bottom foot over. Maybe you step this foot up on a block. Just find your version of lotus on the other side, your Padmasana. And then again, if you have room in your chair, maybe your feet come all the way up. Maybe you pull your foot through. Or maybe you have your feet down on blocks. Great. Inhale here, get tall. So exhale, settle in. Maybe breathe some space. Maybe you breathe some space into any sticking spots. And then pull back up your gratitude. Pull up some thankfulness inside. And this time, see if you can send that thankfulness in towards your heart. You can send a little gratitude in towards your deepest self. Maybe you have a waterfall of luscious thankfulness flowing in towards your heart. Or maybe you drive to the store, get a Hallmark card and stick it in the mail, and send that card inwards to your heart. Whatever your experience, however much gratitude, whatever it feels like, just send as much as you have available inwards to yourself. And then you can come back up, gently uncross your legs, Maybe step your blocks out. Maybe extend one foot and then the other. Maybe you point your toe and flex your toe up towards the sky. And then step your blocks out in front of your legs. You can step your feet up on your blocks and then let your knees rock in together. And then let them rock out. Just take a little windshield wiper of your legs and your hips. And slide your left foot away. Pull your toes up towards the sky. Take a little forward fold over your extended leg. Inhale, keep your spine long. Exhale, fold forward. And you can come up with your torso, slide your right foot in, and then extend your left leg. Maybe slide your heel forward a little bit on the block. Pull your toes up towards the sky, and then hinge over this extended leg. And you can come up with your torso, let your foot come down. And then pick up your right leg in your hands. You squeeze it in. You can hold onto your foot. Maybe press your foot into your hands. Find a little happy baby on this side. You can rock your leg back and forth. And then step this foot down to the ground. Pick up your left leg, squeeze it in, maybe hold on to your shin or your foot. Give it a little rock back and forth. A little happy baby on this side. And then gently step that leg down. You can grab your pillow, your cushion, and slide it underneath your back. Maybe you find a pillow behind your neck. And let your feet come out long in front of you. The backs of your hands can come down to your armrests or your legs. And you can let your gaze soften, or your eyes can fall closed. Just make your way into your Shavasana. We'll take one more inhale together. Like feel your ribs expand up towards the sky. And then exhale. Let your head, your neck, your shoulders, your arms, your hands, your whole back body, your hips, your legs, and your feet. Let it all get heavy into the ground, into your chair. And just take a few moments here.